So we are going to, I'm going to call to order formally. I'm going to call to order the telephonic meeting of the Development Review Commission of Lake Oswego on August 19, 2024. Would you please call the roll?
Chair Sangri,
Here.
Vice Chair O'Connor,
Here.
Commissioner Dews,
Here.
Commissioner Bates,
Here.
Commissioner Leek, Commissioner Leek,
Present.
and Commissioner Lindstrom.
Present.
And Commissioner Nino is excused this evening.
All right, we do have a quorum in attendance and we have an agenda. I will ask if anyone has any additions or corrections to the agenda. Otherwise, we'll move on. Seeing none, we have no minutes. Those will be dealt with in our next face-to-face meetings. We have, in our last meeting on August 5th, held hearings on two issues, and we have the finding report from those two that we're going to deal with this evening. I would first like us to deal with the findings on AP 2401 and ask if anyone has comments or corrections to the report of those findings. I would note for those commissioners who are seeing this part of the process for the first time that staff prepares an appropriate summary of the actions that we took, the rationale behind that. If there are, as there are in this report, comments made during the hearing that staff feels are germane to a review of our report, the findings report, that those are in a report along with a very formal statement of conclusion, in this case, that the commission denies the appeal and denies the tree removal, concluding that 499-24 does not demonstrate compliance with the applicable criteria. That's the kind of report that we will get. And I hope and I think that all of us will review that report. And if we have concerns about it, there is an opportunity to edit it at this stage. But I certainly found nothing about this report that I wanted to change and would welcome anyone making a motion. I will move that this findings be accepted and passed on to City Council.
My last name is misspelled within the, right below the line item number 4 underneath the tentative decision for the ayes counting.
All right. Any other comments?
I second the motion to approve it with the changes so noted.
All right. Would you please call the roll?
Chair Sangri,
Aye.
Vice Chair O'Connor,
Aye.
Commissioner Dews,
Aye.
Commissioner Bates,
Aye.
Commissioner Leek,
Yes.
Commissioner Lindstrom,
Aye.
I hear the vote is 6-0 affirmative. Our next action concerned LU 23-0045. And again, we have a report prepared by staff that if you'll see the note on the chat bar, that we have a proposed correction from Attorney Boone that on page 3, line 42, site feet should have an editorial correction to 6 feet. So we'll put that in. And on that basis, does anyone have comments or questions about this findings report?
No?
Anyone want to offer a motion to approve?
Well, before you do, I noticed there's also misspelling on Commissioner Lindstrom's name, so that'll be corrected.
Thank you. Any other comments, corrections? Motion? I'll move that these be approved. Anyone second it?
I second.
Thank you. Call the roll, please.
Chair Sangri,
Yes.
Vice Chair O'Connor,
Yes.
Commissioner Dew,
Yes.
Commissioner Bates,
Yes.
Commissioner Leek,
Yes.
Commissioner Lindstrom,
Aye. Yes.
6-0.
Thank you very much. Any comments on schedule and management update?
Yes, thank you, Chair. We do not have a meeting for September 4th. We may have a meeting for September 16th. There is an affordable housing project at the corner of West Sunset and Boones Ferry Road that may be complete and may be ready for a public hearing on the 16th. I haven't heard definitively on that. I hope to hear in the next couple of days and we'll update you. If it doesn't go on the 16th, it would likely go on October 21st. And that, like I said, will be worked out shortly. Other than that, I don't have any other pending public hearings to notice you of.
Director Hasty, you said if not the 16th, then October 21. What about the first meeting in October?
Unfortunately, the planner, the project planner is going to be away from the office for that first meeting in October. So it would shift to the 21st.
Thank you very much.
Is there no meeting on October 7th that we know, or are we still waiting?
Yeah, it wouldn't there unless something becomes complete. In the meantime, I don't know of any for the 7th. But I would not mark that off your calendar yet because something else could happen. This particular one, it's LU 24-0026, would either go on the 16th of September or the 21st of October.
Thank you. Anything else? I would like to have 1 or 2 minutes. At the end of the last meeting, I, in error, had a discussion with all of you about a particular issue after I had adjourned the meeting, and Attorney Boone reminded me that we are a public body with public record obligations. And so I'm going to repeat the essence of something I said earlier, which was that we have a precedent in the DRC, not frequently used, but occasionally, where the DRC members, after following their understanding of our responsibility to apply codes as they exist, feel that there was some element of whatever had been transpired that we would like to comment about to the appropriate element of the city, for example, engineering. And an example that I used was the discussion about an east side sidewalk on the LU 23-0045 that we had discussed that day. I just wanted to say that if commissioners feel conflicted about a responsibility to follow the code and a concern that they would like to express about some element of a hearing that we have been involved with, there is a mechanism for the commission to formally write a memo to the appropriate city official, which is nothing more than the opinion of the DRC members. And so if that ever comes up, we do have that mechanism. And I just wanted to state to the new commissioners especially that we've done that a time or two before, and it has been helpful to resolve situations where perhaps emotionally we were very sympathetic to something, but it just didn't fit within the code. So I wanted to make that statement, and it's now in the public record.
If I can expand on that, Chair Sangri, it isn't just to departments, but if the commission, the code is developed sometimes through the crucible of conflict. When we're applying the code, the commission may find that there's a gap in the code or something that was forgotten or something, et cetera, that you'd like the council to consider. And so sometimes the commission would write a letter saying, you might think about this next time you consider code amendments. So you need to apply the code when you're making this decision, but you certainly communicate to the council of code amendments that you think ought to be considered. I'll leave it at that.
That was very well put. Better than my fumbling example of the east side sidewalk. Thanks very much. Anybody have a question about that?
So Dwight, are we poised to give a recommendation on an east side sidewalk?
I am not.
You're not?
I am not, no.
Okay. I did observe recently in another part of Lake Oswego where the city manager was putting in a walkway through an existing neighborhood, which was meandering and doing all kinds of stuff. And I guess he has latitude to that, but within the city code for what we're doing, we don't have latitude.
Well, all I'm referring to is where we have latitude, where we do not have the opportunity to follow our own discretion, but what we can do about that, which Attorney Boone said, is really a great deal of flexibility for us to communicate, but not a flexibility to make or alter decisions.
If I might build on that just a little bit, Chair Sangre, with regards to the discussion that brought this forward. In this case, it's the adopted transportation system plan that requires a pathway on both sides of Goodall Road. And then also our adopted LLC Chapter 42 and our utility standard that doesn't allow for flexibility to say meander that pathway away from the tree and towards the street. So in this case, it would not, it's an interesting idea. I'm not sure how we would move forward if that were to come to play, how we would move forward in sending a memo as it would be to the city engineer. But I suppose it could be to the council to work with the city engineer in the latest round of amending the transportation system plan.
Yeah, what I heard in the meeting, Commissioner O'Connor, was that there was a fairly clear report from the various planning and engineering folks that this issue was being dealt with and that there was a future plan for sidewalks and so forth. And I did not hear any commissioner, and certainly I did not feel that there was an element of uncertainty that I wanted to recommend we report on. Any other questions or comments? I will adjourn the meeting. Thank you very much. We'll see
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone.
Bye.
everybody.
Cheers. Thank you.
Have a good night.